Inside the 20 by 20 is a dynamic wrestling podcast offering fans a comprehensive recap of the week's top matches, promos, and angles from WWE, AEW, and beyond. With new episodes released every Monday morning, this podcast provides wrestling fans with a perfect start to their week, offering insights and analysis to prepare them for the upcoming wrestling action. Inside the 20 by 20 is a GDP production and brought to you by the TCR Network. Go to tcrnetwork.co for more information.
And what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Inside the 20 by 20. It's me, it's GDP. And we are joined, as always, by the one and only Mike Gambino. Ladies and gentlemen, hold for applause.
What's going on? Clap, 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 clap.
And of course, we are also joined by Mike Perez, aka Cross. Welcome in.
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing?
The boos from the Boo Bears in the crowd.
The ultimate heel.
The Bronx
The
cheer.
God mod.
The Bronx cheer. Another incredible week in wrestling to go over, everybody. Let's get some
Fantastic.
Obligatory plugs out of the way up here, up at the top of the show. First of all, everything that you need to follow, tcrnetwork.co, obviously, is your one-stop shop for everything inside the 20 by 20 and TCR Network. And of course, you're going to want to follow us on all of the socials: Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, and now, of course, Apple Podcasts. We're on everything. Inside the 20x20 on pretty much every social media that you can imagine.
Across the board.
You can find all of us posting on Inside the 20 by 20 on the Instagram page. And I know that we try to keep up with everybody when they comment and stuff like that. So please keep dropping those comments, keep dropping those likes. It helps us. Keep dropping those reviews on Spotify, especially once you listen to the podcast and you hit that bell to subscribe to us and follow us. Make sure you're also leaving a 5-star review.
Yes, 5 stars. Nothing less.
Just like if we could get
and nothing more.
Dave Meltzer
5
6
stars.
stars.
The Dave Meltzer 5-star, right? Or
Well,
6.5.
Well, Dave Meltzer don't do 5 stars no more.
He goes 6.5 though now.
He goes 6.5 now.
Right. He gave Daniel Bryan, and I always say Daniel Bryan. Here we go again. Brian
Danielson.
Brian Danielson.
Just say the American Dragon. He covers all bases.
What was it that I said last week? I said something wild last week.
Yeah.
I was like Daniel Bryanson.
Daniel
Yeah,
Bryan.
Daniel
Yeah.
Bryanson.
God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, follow us on all that stuff. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, Tuesday Night Titans, as you're listening to this podcast today on Monday. Tuesday Night Titans goes down tomorrow. Gambino, tell them about it.
Ooh, so it is our very, very first 30-man gauntlet eliminator match for the TCR World Championship. Now, the world title was retired and vacated last year, so we have not had a world champion in quite some time. So we figured to reintroduce this title, let's throw everybody in a gauntlet elimination match and see how it plays out.
That's this Tuesday night, guys. You're going to want to go to Gambino Era on Twitch. That's Gambino Era. Gambino Era on Twitch. We have a great time every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Drop in and come check out the festivities. It's going to be fantastic.
And you can also watch it on the tcrnetwork.co web homepage.
That's right, tcrnetwork.co. Don't forget about that. What else we got going on? We got some merch going on at tcrnetwork.co that you guys can purchase now for all of those amazing YouTube viewers across is sporting that Inside the 20 by 20 prototype sticker.
This is the prototype.
Sticker. You see Mike Gambino is sporting the Inside the 20 by 20 T-shirt. Buy the shirt. Remember those old NWO commercials?
Treat yourself.
Buy the shirt. We're freaking...
Treat yourself.
So all that stuff.
Yeah.
Coming soon, yeah, dig it on the merch site, yeah. So go to tcrnetwork.co. tcrnetwork.co is just, that's where you got to go.
That's your new home.
That's the one-stop shop.
Almost 7 million hits. Just saying.
Almost 7 million hits.
7 million hits. It's like 6.9 right now.
It's like McDonald's, over 7 billion sold.
Oh, it's going to be sick.
I
have a feeling we're going to hit 10. We're going to hit 10 million. I have a feeling.
Going for 10 million, guys. So help us get there. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that stuff. tcrnetwork.co. Put it on your bookmark. Do all that good stuff. And
I have a quick question.
Oh.
I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
I see there's something new on a sofa. Why not just give them a sneak peek and then tell them where they can see good pictures of that new thing?
So, for my YouTube YouTube viewers,
what's that?
I have a brand new limited edition out of 175 SmackDown 25th Anniversary Championship belt. For those listening at home, you can find it on my Instagram account, That Belt Guy, and it's also on the Inside by 20 by 20 Instagram because we collaborated to show it off. But here's a quick little view for our YouTubers.
It spins, guys. It spins.
It is a silver spinner, and then on the back, it's got the SmackDown fist. Which, in case you guys didn't know, the SmackDown fist is actually the Big Show's fist.
There you go.
They replicated it. They molded it off of the Big Show's fist.
The more you know.
That is probably the nicest spinner belt that I've seen.
Oh God, yes. A silver plated with blue diamonds. It's freaking beautiful. With sapphires and it's beautiful. All right, let's get into it. What do we got? Got? SmackDown, Raw, AEW.
Everything.
WWE.
We're gonna get into everything right after this first quick commercial break. We're gonna dive right into the second the second Raw of the Paul Levesque era. Ooh. Guys, stick around. You're not gonna want to miss it. Inside the 20 by 20 comes back at you right after this.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
And welcome back to Inside the 20 by 20, episode 3. Let's kick it off with our recap of Monday Night Raw. Another sold out Monday Night Raw from Columbus, Ohio, the Schottenstein Center. 9,385 in attendance for this Monday Night Raw. Advertised the big battle royal to crown a new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. As you guys remember last week, Rhea Ripley had to give up her title. But we started off with Jey Uso hitting the ring for a promo, who was quickly interrupted by Damian Priest. What do you guys, anything on this promo? It was kind of funny, a little back and forth there between Priest and Uso.
I'm kind of happy that they're finally establishing some sort of base for their feud that should be going. That should have been, I think, should have been probably established a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah. I mean, they just won the belt. They did the four-way number one contenders match, and then there you go. Like there wasn't much room before Backlash.
They could have done something at the end of the night. I don't know. For me, it's like it's.
Listen, this is just a placeholder until they get to the next pay-per-view.
You think Priest is gonna win?
Hell yeah, Priest is gonna win.
Priest is not gonna win.
Are you out of your mind?
Jey Uso is gonna win this, hands down.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you see Jey Uso's match at WrestleMania?
Yikes.
The worst match at WrestleMania.
Did you see Damian Priest's match at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I did. He had a hell of a tag team match, and he had a hell of a cash-in.
Yeah, he lost the tag team match, and he just happened to win the cash-in.
Well, if he would have lost the cash-in, that would have been devastating for his character.
Semantics.
The only reason Damian Priest is the leader of the Judgment Day is because Mommy got hurt. Great line. True. That's a great line.
That is a good line. I firmly believe it.
And then he called him.
The Judgment Day. The Judgment Day has no leader.
And then he called him Dom's.
They established that a long time ago.
Dom's female dog. Dom's beep.
Dom's beep.
Beep. JD McDonough tries to sneak attack Uso, but he gets away and ends up leveling Priest instead. And that is how this segment ends, with Uso departing to an ovation.
I don't. JD McDonough does not belong in the Judgment Day.
JD McDonough, I think the Judgment Day is done, man. The Judgment Day is done. I did like the line that Priest said when he said, "You're just the first on a list of people the machine is going to feed me." So that was a good line. That was a pretty good line too.
That's a good line.
Next, we had the Awesome Truth defeating DIY in a 10-minute match for the WWE World Tag Team titles. Go ahead.
And like we said last week, what did we say? Ciampa's is a great heel. We want to see it happen.
Yeah.
And we had a hint of Ciampa turning heel.
Very nice. Yep. I thought it was a good match. The truth-crushing finale, combining the skull-crushing finale and the whatever R-Truth's finisher is.
R-Truth is just a freaking is a national treasure. So everything he does is a 5-star to me.
Well, I'm glad that R-Truth has one more title run. I hate that WWE constantly make tag teams out of single competitors and then craps on the established tag teams.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea, but so let's see what happens. Considering, Cross, you kind of hinted at this a few weeks back in our first episode. Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell already made the heel turn. Could this be the reformation of The Way?
The Way. That would be dope.
Ciampa already kind of showing those signs. It could happen. Next, we had the return of the Ring General. Gunther makes his return to Raw, graciously accepting his defeat by Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 40, but vowed to hunt any title he pleases. And he's going to start with the King of the Ring.
Dun, dun, dun.
He said, for 666 days, I elevated the Intercontinental Championship to levels it's never seen before, and in the process became the greatest champion in its illustrious history. Agree or disagree?
Completely agree.
Agreed.
Down.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. He's no honky-tonk man, but he did a good job.
So you guys agree, so you guys think that Gunther is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time?
One of the greatest.
I would say one of the greatest in our current time. I would say probably in the last 15 years, yes.
For that era, yes. He was the greatest.
Okay. I would agree that for this new era, he's what Roman Reigns was to the Universal Championship.
Yes.
Yeah, he can keep the Universal Championship. I don't like that belt anyway.
I just wanted to see that. I just wanted to see the reaction on Mike Gambino's face when I said that.
Check YouTube for the reaction of my face Roman Reigns' name.
I'm just waiting for Gunther to reintroduce the European Championship.
Oh, there it is. So Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston interrupt the proceedings. You know, Xavier Woods is the
last King of the Ring.
He is the reigning King of the Ring right now. They have a little bit of back and forth, and obviously it leads to a tag team match. Funny line where Woods says, no, we fought them so much already. When they make the match, they have had multiple matches between these two tag teams.
They have.
I guess that's what happens when you've been a tag team for 13 years, 14 years. Yeah. How long have the new David?
But Imperium hasn't though, but it seems like they're always anyway. Imperium takes the L.
Dude, again. They must have fought in the past year about 10 times.
Probably 10 times, yeah, and that's not even counting house shows.
Exactly.
Kaiser lays out Vinci on a unexpected betrayal there.
It was expected. It was expected.
Punished his longtime partner for the loss and essentially set in motion the wheels for maybe a singles push as Gunther's right-hand man for Kaiser. I think Kaiser's pretty good on the mic. What say you about Kaiser maybe going on a little singles run here for himself?
Overdue.
I mean, he's dating Tiffany Stratton, so you gotta be doing something right.
Is that right? I didn't know that. Well, the New Day defeat Imperium, 9 minutes, 26 seconds. And moving right along, right after that, we had a Drew McIntyre promo. Drew McIntyre comes out, addresses the WWE Universe, and is interrupted by "It's a shame the fans had lost their hand.
It sounds like you're trying to say they took your job.
Mr. Sheamus, the
Irish
Warrior.
the Celtic Warrior interrupts the Scottish Warrior. Lots of warriors in the ring at this point.
But none of them are ultimate.
I think the best line that has been said of 2024, banger after banger. Well, it looks like, Sheamus, you've been having burger after burger.
Damn, the fat jokes.
I'm just glad that someone on TV pointed it out.
And then, of course,
Sheamus, man.
and then Drew dropping that he won the Intercontinental Championship in his first shot at it, while the Celtic Warrior has had to wait 15 years and still has not won the Intercontinental Championship. So again, another IC title tease for Sheamus. I feel like that's what's coming eventually. Maybe SummerSlam might be too soon, but I feel like Sheamus is going to get one more IC title run. I did see video of Sheamus
his first title run.
Working out.
His last title run.
He took the insult to heart.
Yeah, I saw it. Did you see the training video of him working out? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So backstage, Bronson Reed inserting himself into the IC picture as well. This is the IC title, I'm telling you guys, it's being hunted by many a mid-carder. And Bronson Reed is just another one.
They're bringing the prestige back to that title.
That's right. So Bronson Reed assaults Sami Zayn, and who knows? Maybe some type of Bronson Reed team up with Chad Gable, Sami Zayn team up with Sheamus, and or maybe a fatal four-way.
The one thing that's upsetting me right now with Bronson Reed is they're giving him the Goldberg effect. All of his matches are
squash. Well, that's what they're doing with Braun Breaker.
Oh, it's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker. My bad. I mixed the two of them up.
Yeah,
Braun's here, Braun's there. LeBron James. I'm all confused.
Oh, by the way, before that Bronson Reed attack, Sheamus Nakamura came out to the ring. Nakamura is now everybody's punching bag. He's everybody's. I don't know. Sheamus defeats Nakamura, 11 minutes, 21 seconds. Nakamura...
At least it wasn't a squash.
...is tallying up...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it might as well have been. Tallying up the L's. And then we had what was my favorite promo of the night. Chad Gable comes out and cuts the ultimate heel promo, berating Maxine Dupree, Tozawa, labeling Otis as the biggest disappointment out of all of them, and then making them pledge their allegiance to him in his quest to get the IC title off of Sami Zayn. What did you guys think of this? I know you saw it because it was everywhere. What do you think of my man Chad Gable? Shorty G!
Shorty G.
Finally going full.
Going full heel.
Full heel, finally. I'm excited to see it, how it plays out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good storyline for Chad Gable.
Kurt Angle came out, said positive, had a positive review with it too, right? Could have sworn he tweeted something about it.
I don't know. I love it.
I wonder whatever happened to Kurt Angle's son. He just disappeared.
Oh boy. Next, we had a tag team match between Ricochet, Andrade versus JD McDonough, filling in for an injured Dominic Mysterio. and Santos
supposedly isn't getting the
Escobar.
surgery.
Andrade and Ricochet pick up the dub. 11 minutes, 56 seconds.
I don't know what they're doing with Ricochet though right now, because like obviously we've seen
He's the
like,
new speed champion.
Speed champion.
Yeah.
So like, what like is he gonna also? Does he have 2 storylines going right now? Like, that's what it seems like.
He doesn't really
Who's
have.
watching Speed?
He doesn't really have anything going on Raw.
He's just there to keep his shorty comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
A couple nice spots in this match, but nothing really crazy to talk about. Last but not least, we had the Battle Royal for the Women's World Championship. Guys, we had a lot of names in this Battle Royal, but stacking these names next to each other, I really would say that it was kind of predictable that it was either going to be Becky or Liv. Let's take a look at these competitors here. Well, you did have Nia Jackson there, but you had Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Maxine Dupree, Ivy Nile, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Nia Jax, Natalia, Liv Morgan, and Becky Lynch.
So I think Becky was the safe bet because she's easy to plug and play, right? Like they had to remove Rhea, and she's an easy player to just plug into that spot to continue with whatever story they were gonna go. So in the meantime, I know a lot of people are mad. They were like, "Yo, it's a perfect opportunity to give someone new a chance to be champ."
They could have gave it to Liv.
They could have, but then what?
It would have continued the storyline.
But then who does Liv?
She took out Rhea.
She
took out Rhea Ripley. Then she took Rhea's belt, and then she could have hired a bodyguard to watch her back so she could continue holding on to the belt till Rhea came back.
But the story right now is Liv working her way to get the belt. So like if she just got the belt from that, it's like then they had to hit this. I don't know.
So here's what I think. If you remember last week, right? We were like, oh, Becky was supposed to be taking some time off, right? So I think this whole Rhea thing happened out of nowhere. So they had to do something. They're scrambling, right?
True.
So my idea for the storyline was Becky wins the title somehow, and now Liv is gonna attack her and injure her too. And she's going to have to drop the belt, and then Liv is going to come out and be like, I don't care who you put the belt on. I'm taking them out until that belt is mine.
The new legend killer.
You know what I mean? Something like that, if they can work it like that, because I was really under the impression that Becky was going to take some time off. Like,
she was supposed to be promoting her book.
Right. So, and especially now that Seth is definitely hurt.
Wearing it.
Seth is definitely wearing it, yeah. Yeah, Seth definitely has to have surgery or had surgery already, so I don't know. So overall, guys, the Battle Royale lasted 21 minutes and 46 seconds. It looks like they're stealing more ideas from TCR.
100%.
Battle Royal for the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, you can't. Triple H, I know you're watching. Like,
He's
really,
watching.
man? Like, we know that we said you could copy off the test, but you have to make it at least a little bit different so that people don't notice.
I did see an interview with Paul Heyman recently, and Paul Heyman said Vince McMahon at the time used to we would not pay attention to his competitors, but then if people were making enough of a ruckus about it, he would then say, "Give me a 10-minute, tell me what they're doing in 10 minutes, and then let's make it our own." So I think maybe
that's what Triple H is doing. Yeah, I feel it.
Probably.
I feel you.
That's why you're under their thumb.
Yeah, that's true. That's why right. I get copyrighted every week for something.
Yep.
So guys, I'm going to give this episode of Raw a B-. I think this was the first episode of Raw which things felt like they were kind of in a holding pattern. We're kind of just waiting till Backlash or waiting until I don't know, something else emerges. I think the best development, Chad Gable, obviously Becky Lynch being crowned the new champ. And I think ahead of the draft, it was a good show. I give it a B-.
I'm going C+. I'm going to go a little bit worse just because it seemed until we start talking about everything that went down, other than the Chad Gable and the whole Imperium thing, it was like a blur to me the entire night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It was a C+ performance. Raw was kind of boring this week. It had good moments, but it's 2 weeks out after WrestleMania, and the quality is going to decline.
I think everybody's a little hungover. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially after that epic.
Plus, Cody isn't on the show anymore, so it's like, why do I even watch it?
Right.
True.
Well, now that's up to Damian Priest to
pick up that baton.
Pick that up.
I mean, I'm always gonna support my brethren, but still.
Oh, sure,
Cody.
He's just gonna hand it off to Jay. So let's until we meet
Ooh,
again.
He's got a 2% chance. A 2% chance. Remember what you said last week? A 2% chance.
Jay is not winning no belt.
Yet.
Well,
no.
That was our coverage of Raw this week, everybody. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to jump into AEW Dynamite. I know it's Dynamite. Don't get on me. I know I said Dynasty a bunch of times last week. I heard the podcast back.
Well, the pay-per-view was Dynasty.
I know, but I was saying, when we were reviewing Dynamite, I was saying Dynamite. I was saying Dynasty as Dynamite.
That's how much we focus on AEW.
We love our AEW here, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. We'll be right back with AEW Dynamite. Stay tuned.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
Welcome back, everybody. Inside the 20 by 20, episode 3, our coverage of AEW's Wednesday show, Dynamite. And first off, guys, before we talk about AEW Dynamite, I want to give a shout out and get well soon to Darby Allin, who over the weekend was struck by a bus in New York City and survived to tell about it. A lot of people don't survive when they get hit by a bus. But Gambino, your thoughts?
Oh, God, Darby, bro, listen, man. Listen, I love your work. You're great at literally everything you do, and you're such a high-risk, like a star wrestler. This is God telling you, do not climb Mount Everest. Like, every week something's happening to you right now. Ever since you said you wanted to climb Mount Everest, just stay home. Please, just stay home for a little bit.
I'm wondering what bus he got hit by, though.
Oh, boy.
Probably the QM2.
I don't know. I wonder if it's one of those double-decker buses that we have.
The Big Apple tour buses? Oh, that would have been rough.
Oh, dude, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have survived that one.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
but anyway, Darby, get well soon. Thoughts and prayers. Hope you get well soon. And I don't know. Maybe God is giving you a sign, brother. Stay away from that mountain and get back into the ring. AEW Dynamite. Episode 238 of AEW Dynamite, if you could believe it. Coming to you from their headquarters in Jacksonville, Florida, Daly's Place. 2,177 in attendance live.
I think NXT gets more at Full Sail.
And Dynamite... No, Full Sail is pretty small.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Dynamite kicked off with a little Jack Perry, Young Bucks, and Okada shown arriving. Then we see Orange Cassidy making his entrance. And Trent Beretta? Trent attacks Cassidy from behind again. Chuck Taylor arrives, looks concerned for Orange Cassidy. Oh, God. And then they go back and forth. Taylor ends up attacking Beretta. Said he might not be cleared for a match, but wants a fight in the parking lot. So looks like a parking lot match later on between those two. Quick promo from Jon Moxley with the IWGP title. He's going to be taking on Powerhouse Hobbs in the main event tonight for that IWGP Championship. And then we're back to the ring for Swerve Strickland's entrance to take on Kyle Fletcher in the first match of the night. Why is the new AEW champion in a AEW champion eliminator match? Wouldn't that be reserved for people that are supposed to be competing for the number one contendership? Can somebody explain that to me? Or maybe I'm understanding the concept wrong.
I think AEW should be copying TCR on Tuesday nights. That's all I'm saying. Get some ideas from us. Your Triple H is taking them from us. Tony Khan, if you're listening out there, just tune into Twitch on Tuesday nights, and I'll give you great ideas. That's it. That's all I can say.
I don't know. I kind of feel with that match that they're kind of setting up the whole Will Ospreay face turn. Because again, they hand delivered him Kyle Fletcher, who is part of the United Empire with Will Ospreay, who is now part of the Don Callis family. So I think Swerve is just gonna eventually end up feuding with Don Callis, and somewhere along the line, Will Ospreay's just gonna be like, you know what, screw you guys, this is not what I'm about, and have a face turn, and eventually, either team with Swerve or go after Swerve on his own.
Well, Strickland gets the win. Prince Nana dances, and we go to the next segment.
By the way, it was a pretty good match.
Pretty good match. 14 minutes, 45 seconds. Swerve gets the dub. Couple of weird spots, though. Weird moment where Fletcher goes to look for a table under the ring but couldn't find one. Or I don't know what he was looking for under the ring. Who knows? I still think Swerve
That's because of the new set at the Daily's place, which is actually pretty cool.
I still think Swerve is better as a heel, but
dope.
that's just my opinion. Next, we had a women's match. Mina Shirakawa versus Anna Jay. Shirakawa defeats Anna Jay. Cool entrance from Shirakawa, but nothing too
I'm getting
crazy
tired
there.
of it crapping on Anna Jay.
Yeah.
They're treating her like garbage.
8 minutes, 59 seconds for that one. Then we had our international title #1 contenders match. Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway were in the ring to bring out Willow Nightingale. Oh, wait, that was after that. Okay, so hold on. We had, next was Willow Nightingale's championship celebration. Sorry. The new TBS champion, Willow Nightingale, comes out. And then we have someone that, I don't know.
Chris is awesome, by the way. I just want to say that.
Is she finally going to wrestle in the next pay-per-view? Mercedes Moné comes out.
Ooh.
A lot of harsh words exchanged. Moné ends up slapping Willow. Clearly supposed to look like Statlander instigating between them.
I want to see Chris Statlander heel.
And it looks like it's going to be Moné versus Nightingale at the next pay-per-view for that TBS championship, and no doubt Mercedes will probably take that.
Double or nothing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mercedes is taking that home. Then we had
But not necessarily. I mean, Willow did beat her in Japan.
Yeah,
for
I don't think that's
that
happening
strong
here
women's title.
with all that money that she's making.
Saying. I'm just saying.
And then we had the #1 contenders match for the AEW International title, and once again, your boy Will Ospreay comes out on top. He's the new #1 contender for Roderick Strong's title. So let's get ready for that program. Ospreay and Roderick Strong.
Ooh.
Should be some good hard-hitting matches there. Some good spots. Let's see what happens with that. And then we had Chris Jericho coming out and dropping a promo about winning the FTW title. And who do you think came out?
Free the world title.
Who do you think
It's
came
now
out
called the Free the World
to
title.
talk to? Well, now Chris Jericho has reinvented himself yet again. Now he is the learning tree, Chris Jericho.
Damn right.
And he gets a visit by none other than the man that we know as Big Cass from WWE, who is now known as Big Bill in AEW. Says he comes out and wants to learn from Chris Jericho.
Good old Big Cass.
So there you have it.
William Morrissey.
Finally, our main event of the evening, Jon Moxley puts up the IWGP Championship against Powerhouse Hobbs. Mox, his usual aggressive self. But Powerhouse Hobbs keeping up with him here, I think. Just as violent and willing to throw hands. Moxley and Hobbs did a good job of making this feel like an even fight, I think. Unfortunately, I don't know. Talk to me about the ending. It kind of seemed weird that Mox chokes Hobbs out for the win.
Yep. With the bulldog choke.
There you go.
That's the way the cookie crumbled.
Yeah. Too much Don Callis on commentary for me. For that match.
I mean, it's Don Callis. He's Cyrus the Virus. Come on. All he does is talk.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty weird. And then finally,
Well,
guys, what everybody's been talking about in AEW, Jack Perry comes out to the ring, calls out
Scapegoat.
the owner and booker of AEW, Mr. Tony Khan, to come to the ring. The AEW president comes out, listens to Perry talk about wanting what's best for the company, and Perry asks to be reinstated. Khan shakes his hand. Perry hugs him, gives him the evil smile before jamming the mic into his stomach. And a horrible sell by Tony Khan. I can compare it to Stone Cold stunning Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and he couldn't catch him. He just kept
Well,
falling.
now hold on. At least Vince McMahon knew how to take a stunner back in the day when he was probably
is
around
true.
Tony Khan's age.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince McMahon was also like a 70-something-year-old man getting
Right?
knocked out in the middle of fucking.
Oh, beep. Young Bucks come out. And then it looks like they're gonna, they're trying to help Tony up. And of course, that is not the case. And they end up putting him up and dropping him on his head and neck with the Meltzer Driver.
It's not the Meltzer Driver no more. It was actually renamed to the TK Driver. Then I don't know what they're gonna call it now that they hit him with it.
I will never call it the TK Driver as long as I live. So
I should still call it the TK Driver because Tony
Forget about
Khan
that.
Well, he got driven to the mat with it, yeah.
yeah.
But shout out to TK, shout out to Tony Khan, because at the draft on the next night, he was wearing a neck brace and kept kayfabe alive.
Yeah, but then he also put his foot in his mouth by calling WWE the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling.
He's his own worst enemy, I swear to God.
That was so dumb.
He's not lying.
I mean, yeah, but to come right out and say it like that, though, I don't think he should have done that.
The thing is, he's the only it's always every time he appears, or every week, or every other day, he's tweeting something about WWE. They're just living in his head.
Yeah, they're rent free in there, bro.
He's trying to be a great heel.
Yeah, and it's just not. It just doesn't translate. He just looks like a nervous, little coked up billionaire.
His dad should have sold the Rolex to send him to acting school.
Do something, brother.
I just didn't like the fact that, yes, while he was wearing the neck brace during the draft, he should have sold it more, not moving his neck back and forth like it didn't exist.
No.
Even the rival company's commentator, Pat McAfee, was poking fun at his ass.
Yeah.
Because of the way he was behaving during the draft, selling his injury.
Kevin Nash sold having a broken leg better than that.
Oh, God.
Kevin Nash sold pretending to be Arn Anderson with a broken neck better than what Tony Khan did.
I remember that.
All right, guys, moving on. There was no Friday show for AEW this week as they once again had Rampage after Collision. So actually Collision, because of the Game 3 between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat, there was no Friday wrestling for AEW. However, Rampage did take place after Collision, but let's get to Collision first. Collision, again, coming to you from Daly's Place. No attendance given here. Collision kicked off with Claudio Castagnoli answering Swerve Strickland's challenge. Open challenge by Swerve. And, Swerve comes out. I don't know. What do you got? What did you guys think about any of this stuff?
I think the promo that Swerve did at the beginning of that was awesome. The fact that he got the audience to chant which move in regards to the 4 top tier athletes beating up a boss was funny as hell. I think Swerve as the world champion is probably the best thing for the company right now.
It was definitely needed.
Yep.
Someone
Nice change of pace.
Yeah, no, someone new, not a Samoa Joe, not a big name, right?
Well, because I like Samoa Joe, but he's boring.
It's all been done before. It's just, yeah, he needs
like MJF was like a new up and coming champ, and then it's nice to see a fresh face, not a recycle. No, unfortunately, I'm not trying to put anything down on Joe because I love Samoa Joe, but like not a superstar we've seen, a wrestler we've seen plenty.
Yeah.
In the past. So what happened next?
First match of Collision was an AEW World Trios title match and an ROH World 6-Man Tag Team title match. Bullet Club Gold defeated Action Andretti and Top Flight, Dante Martin and Darius Martin in an 11-minute match. Not a lot of notable moments here.
I mean, it was a good match for what it was. Anything that includes the Bang Bang Gang is a banger.
And now those are called the Unified Trios Championships now because they're both together. So they were both on the line. So Bang Bang Gang still the Unified Trios Champions.
I'm waiting for the opportunity to present itself to AEW to introduce new belts.
Yeah.
I think at this point they should just merge the ROH and the AEW belts and just call it a day.
Next, we had a singles match between Rey Fenix and the Beast Mortos. Rey Fenix picking up the dub here. Good to see Rey Fenix back.
Dude, that was a hell of a match. That was an incredible match. I thought Mortos was going to get Rey Fenix a couple times. A lot of close calls. Dude, if you haven't watched the match, you should go back and watch it.
Rey Fenix picking up a great dub right there. Then we had another singles match. Rush defeating Martin Stone in 2 minutes. Sorry.
It's Rush.
Well, they should spell it with an O instead of a U then.
No. You should start being a Hispanic and pronounce it like a Hispanic with Rush.
Rush. All right. Well, no matter what he does, El Toro Blanco should be featured on AEW television for this foreseeable future. Rush defeats Stone by pinfall. Next, we had Anna Jay coming out with Toni Storm. And we had Toni Storm defeat... Oh, no, sorry. Toni Storm versus Anna Jay. I always get those confused.
Yeah.
9 minutes, 22 seconds. Storm defeats Anna Jay by pinfall.
Again, like we've always said, Storm is the best thing going on right now in AEW.
Yeah,
so we're probably going to see her winning a lot.
Yeah, Serena Deeb comes out at the end of this match, reiterates her challenge to Storm, and promises to win the AEW Women's Championship when the opportunity arises.
Honestly, if I was TK to solidify Storm, I would put her up against Monet and have her beat Mercedes. Because the first match she wins, she's getting booed.
Oh, yeah. Next, we
but
had...
if she loses, it's a whole other story.
Yeah. We then had a tag team match, The Acclaimed versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. 12 minutes.
This was a good match.
The Acclaimed get the dub.
There was a lot of good back and forth in this match. It looked like, honestly, that the Grizzled Young Veterans were going to win that match on their debut. But, of course, the Acclaim is hot right now, especially after Max Caster's last rap at Dynasty, which is catching a lot of slack.
Yep. I just call that out.
It was a good match.
And last but not least, we had our AEW World Title match. Swerve Strickland picking up the win against Claudio Castagnoli. 21 minutes in a 5-star match, in my opinion. One of the best matches I've seen on AEW. Collision, for sure. Probably the best match I've seen on Collision.
It probably is one of the best matches on Collision.
Yeah. After the win, they both shook hands. A lot of mutual respect there. All in all, I thought that was a pretty good Collision. What'd you guys think? I thought the main event pretty much was the best part of the night. Obviously, with a good build-up right in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the
agree.
last two matches were actually the best part of the night.
Yeah.
The Grizzled Young Veterans and the Acclaim, and Claudio and Swerve.
Anything with Claudio in it is going to be good.
I like anything that has a storyline that travels from the beginning of the show, the middle of the show, and the end of the show. It actually shows that they know how to structure a story. So we're on the right path with Swerve. I feel like we're on a much better path anyway, because it feels like if he's going to be taking on, I don't think Samoa Joe could wrestle every week like that, and I think Swerve can.
No.
Can we, with Swerve winning the championship, can we just give a shout out to Ron Killings for saying congratulations to Kofi
True
Kingston for
Kofi.
winning?
So funny, man.
Winning the championship.
So funny.
Hey, listen.
I love it.
I love it too. He's a treasure.
Right after Collision, we had a very special episode of, you guessed it, Rampage. So Rampage also taking place, obviously, from Daly's place, and Trent Beretta versus Chuck Taylor. It finally went down. Trent.
So this match actually had a lot of good spots.
Parking lot fight. Sorry.
Yes, there was a lot of blood shed.
I did see that.
which was pretty cool. I felt bad for all those rental cars that were getting beat up. So I'm hoping TK actually buys them and not tries to send them back to the rental company. I was honestly hoping that Sue would have drove out with the minivan to try to convince her son to stop beating up his best friend. That didn't happen, which was kind of disappointing.
Sue. I like when they chant.
But it was a good backstage brawl. I mean, it's probably like the fifth one that AEW's had since its inception. But it was actually pretty good. The ending was a little shocking and kind of stupid. The way he smashed his ankle, or really just smashed the back window. But
with the wrench.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Don Callis picks up Trent. That would be a good move for them.
It looks like he was watching.
Further push him into being a heel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Trent picks up the win. 10 minutes. Trent gets the dub. Next we had Deonna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa picking up the win in 11 minutes. Deonna getting a lot of good offense in. Purrazzo showing off her technical acumen. However, Thunder Rosa with the dub here. Then we had an interview with Kyle O'Reilly. Challenging anyone. He literally just wants a match with anyone. I believe their next event is in Vancouver, and that's his hometown, so he would like to have a match against someone in his hometown. Then Roderick Strong delivers a warning to Will Ospreay for Double or Nothing, promising to humble him. Next, we had Big Bill come out. Big Bill defeats Trevor Blackwell in a squash match, 1 minute, 38 seconds. One-sided squash match of the night. Chris Jericho comes out, puts Big Bill over. And yeah, that was pretty quick match. Then we had Katsuyori Shibata.
Oh, good old Shibata.
And Danny Garcia against Shane Taylor Promotions. Shibata and Garcia defeat Shane Taylor Promotions by pinfall. Not a lot of storyline going on there. I guess we'll see.
I mean, there is a bunch of storyline going on there. I mean, Shane Taylor Promotions was beating up Shibata. Now that Hook and Jericho are doing their thing, he needed help. Danny Garcia said, "Hey, you know what? I got your back." There's story there, bro. You just don't know.
No, it's said I just don't care. Anyway. So that was the last match of the night. That was your main event. As Cross says, they're continuing to deliver on stories in their division, I guess. I think the Chuck and Trent angle that they got going on is a good one. Trent.
Trent.
Big Bill squash victory, most unnecessary moment of the night. I guess just to further Chris Jericho's tutelage. But I think Rampage is wrestling filler, bro. To be honest with you guys. But that's just my opinion. It's a filler show.
It's Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, it's a filler show. But yeah, any other thoughts on AEW before we close it out?
Nah, my last thought my only thought right now currently for any wrestling related things that used to be on Fridays are currently on Fridays is TCR Glitch.
Oh yeah,
drops
let's talk about
every
it.
Friday at noon. So a couple of matches. We have the Glitch Championship, and similar to a Rampage, similar to a Speed. TCR's had to had to throw their hat in the game.
That's right,
Tune
guys.
in this Friday, only on YouTube and TCRnetwork.co.
That's right. And when we come back, we're gonna get into the WWE Draft 2024, which kicked off live on last Friday's SmackDown. We're going to get into all the picks and all of the action from Friday Night SmackDown. Stick around for more inside the 20 by 20. Stick around, everybody.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
And welcome back to Inside the 20 by 20. Guys, we just saw last Friday the 2024 draft for WWE kick off on Friday Night SmackDown, live from Cincinnati, Ohio, the Heritage Bank Center. 12,724 in attendance for Friday Night SmackDown.
3,000 more than Raw that week.
Yeah.
Roughly.
It might have been due to the size of the building that they held Raw in.
Sure, because they were both sold out.
The building was big. Yeah, I don't think that one.
Yeah, it was both sold out.
So big happenings going on SmackDown. Before we got into any real action or draft picks, Paul Heyman announces that Roman Reigns removes himself from the draft, seeing as he will not be back anytime in the immediate future. Back in the arena, in the ring, we had Corey Graves overseeing the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles for their match at Backlash. Styles speaks about how he and Rhodes are about to mix it up for the first time. Surprised these guys have never actually wrestled before.
Right? Yeah.
Also said he was annoyed by LA Knight, but now he's back to normal. Says he even respects Rhodes because they followed similar paths. The phenomenal
Two Georgia boys.
Phenomenal One says he learned a lot from Dusty about how to be a champion. Rhodes says everyone respects Styles, but that goes out the door at Backlash because he has to win. They shake hands, and the segment, surprisingly, ends peacefully. What say you?
So, I feel like AJ had a perfect alley-oop mid-promo, but didn't dunk it. Like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he set it up in such a way where, it was like, it was just perfect. It was just a perfect moment for him, but like, it just ended in like it just ended like stale on my end, in my thoughts at least. But I think it could have been, it could have been a better promo. It could have been a better segment. And plus, contract signings, it's 2024. Like, what's the use of a contract signing anymore? I know it's just like a segment, but like it's fun, right? I guess it's just for fun.
Usually it ends in violence.
Yes,
right. When was the last time you saw a contract signing don't end in violence?
Right.
That's true.
That's why it was weird. I was like, all right, well, is AJ gonna throw a punch here? Because what's gonna happen? When it didn't happen, it was kind of like, huh?
Give me like a weigh-in where they could just like smack each other around a little bit and talk smack to one another. Like then,
Why do you need a weigh-in?
I think that
why do we need a contract signing?
yeah. Why do we need a press conference after the pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Just to give them a chance to talk before they fly to France.
I think that AJ Styles promos are the weakest part of his game.
He could be
so
better.
To speak. Then Triple H comes out, asks Cody, help me out with these draft picks. The first picks of the draft are revealed.
I'm gonna just cut you off for a second there with that. I'm loving the fact that they don't cut the camera much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a consecutive stream. So like you see Cody's walking out, it's one camera, and then it's that very camera that picks up Triple H saying, "Hey, let's do the draft right now."
Yeah, I think they're trying to follow. They're trying to follow the production techniques of an actual sporting event.
They're doing a really good job with it.
Yeah. So
Even later on in the night, it gets better.
Yeah. So Triple H comes out. The first draft picks for each brand are revealed. SmackDown picks up Bianca Belair and Carmelo Hayes. And Raw drafts Jey Uso and Seth Rollins.
One of the things that pisses me off, and it's going to come up a lot, is that with this draft so far, there's been no changes.
I wanted to say it, but I knew you were going to. Yeah, there's memes everywhere right now about it. Why have a draft if they're just going to stay on the same what's it called, right? Like, but I do get, because we'll talk about it in a second when Solo confronts Heyman. I kind of get what they're trying. I guess to further the bloodline story, maybe they're doing.
Well, I thought it was weird that it was like, all right, well, we're drafting the entire bloodline. All right, and then they drafted the entire Alpha Academy. And they drafted the entire Judgment Day. It's like,
but that's the problem. They always change it up. One year it's, tag teams can be broken up. The next year, tag teams are drafted together. Right. Then champions are safe, and then champions can be traded.
Wait, and some champions are safe this time around. Not all champions.
All champions are safe.
I saw that, except the women's tag team champions.
Well, no, because there's only one belt.
Right. There's no. It's not true. There's no two.
There's only one belt.
I'm sure it's not split up. You're right.
So Carmelo Hayes comes out, says he wants a shot at Cody Rhodes. American Nightmare. He's a fighting champion. He's not going to turn that down. Accepts the match. We come back from break, and Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio are teaming up to take on Angel and Berto. Yeah.
I'm tired of people turning on Rey already.
Well, but listen, the LWO picks up the win in a 5-minute match, and then Carlito gets exposed and turns on them again. I guess
we knew that was happening. We saw the animosity when he picked Dragon Lee over Carlito for the match at WrestleMania.
We saw the apple on the tree.
I guess we'll see what happens with there. Then we had Braun Breaker come out and destroy Cedric Alexander.
Not Bronson Reed.
In 30 seconds. Breaker. Not much to say here. Hits a spear, wins, and that was it.
When was the last time we saw Cedric Alexander on TV?
I don't know, but that was a bad way to bring him back.
I saw him.
Last week.
And then it was like, was it last week?
Then we see Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson come out of the respective Raw and SmackDown locker rooms. Tori Wilson still looking good.
I get so excited I saw her on TV.
SmackDown draft. Yeah, I know, right? SmackDown drafts Randy Orton and Nia Jax, and Raw drafts Braun Breaker and Liv Morgan. So Raw getting Braun Breaker is a change because he was originally signed to SmackDown. So there you go.
Goldberg.
Then we had a Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga shown arriving backstage, speaking with Paul Heyman. Kevin Owens attacks them from behind to send us into a break. Then we come back. Bianca's giving an interview when Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Jade Cargill show up. And it looks like this is going to be the match for the women's tag titles at Backlash. I see.
It looks like Jade is going to be a new tag team.
Yeah, I see Jade and Bianca picking that up. unless for whatever reason Jade and Bianca can't get on the same page, and then that's the start of their singles program. Wouldn't mind seeing that either, but I don't think Jade is ready for a singles run just yet. KO and Tonga end up brawling into the arena. Sikoa again. They get the upper hand on Orton, but then I hear voices in my head. And Randy Orton, the Viper, comes out to even the odds, and then guess what? Guess what they do in the ring?
They hug.
They stand tall.
They stand tall. We haven't referenced that yet.
They stand. We waited until we were an hour into the podcast to say stand tall first. So they stand tall in the ring. That looks like that's going to be a tag team match, most likely next week, maybe as the main event.
Yeah,
and that's probably going to be.
It's at Backlash.
Is it going to be at Backlash? Beautiful.
It's at Backlash. It's the only non-title match at Backlash right now.
All right. Well, we'll see where that turns out and what happens. And then we had Devon and Bubba Ray come out to announce the draft picks. SmackDown gets...
Shout out to Bubba Ray, because I have the exact same jacket he was wearing. Spiffy looking guy. Now I know I could wear it with jeans, because it looked pretty good.
There you go. Fashion tips from Bubba Ray. SmackDown drafts LA Knight, and they draft the Bloodline, which includes Paul Heyman. Raw gets Ricochet. And Raw gets Sheamus. So no change there. Next match.
No changes.
Next match saw Naomi take on It's Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton, my new favorite women's wrestler. With Bayley
Naomi's entrance, amazing. Just want to throw that out there.
Always amazing. One of the coolest.
Always one of the best entrances. And now with the new camera angles and everything, it's even better now with the high def cameras.
Yeah. Pretty good match. Ends in a no contest and non-finish with Nia Jax attacking Bayley from the crowd. Then Naomi trying to help her before she was driven into the ring post, causing the ref to call off the match. And then JBL and Teddy Long come out to announce the next picks.
Playa.
I thought he was gonna say SmackDown drafts The Undertaker.
He was so good and on point, though, the entire night. Because later on, they actually showed him again. And he is... Teddy Long, come back for another stint.
Teddy, we need you, Teddy. We need you, Teddy, in the new era. SmackDown drafts AJ Styles and Andrade. Raw gets, or I should say keeps, the Alpha Academy. And a surprise pick from NXT, Kiana James.
Yeah.
Getting the call up. So my guess is we'll see Kiana James on Raw this week. Let's hope let's see who they feed her to, or who she gets fed.
I don't think they're gonna feed it to anybody.
I mean, let's see who they feed to her, I should say.
Flair comes back,
and then we see
Kiana James is very good.
And then our main event of the evening: Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes in, I would say, a 4.5-star match.
Good match.
Great match. Great selling from Cody.
Yup.
Because I really legit thought he was hurt during some parts of those matches. So
yeah, and honestly, I think we're going to see this a lot from Cody. Is he's not selfish. He is gonna push these superstars, like Carmelo Hayes, for perfect example, comes through. They wrestle a great match. In the beginning, he toyed with him. In the beginning, he was like, "Yo, I'm the bigger man. I'm the champ. I'll smack you around a little bit." He played with him, but then he showed him that he had some strengths, and it played through to show that Carmelo Hayes is a really good competitor. And I think it established him for SmackDown.
I think he's definitely a star in the making. Gave us a great performance. I think WWE needs to make sure that they follow up with that now, and they don't let him just get dropped back into the mid-card after that match. I think he's one of those talents that could be a top star if Triple H plays his cards right. I would give
that's one of Triple H's projects.
Yeah. So I would say great SmackDown overall. The surprise, the surprise general managers or whatever you want to call them, representatives of each brand.
I can't wait till tomorrow.
Really great. Let's see what happens on Monday Night Raw. Who comes out?
There were still some more draft picks after SmackDown went off the air.
Why don't you read them off to us, bud?
So you have Cedric Alexander and Tahuti Miles being drafted to SmackDown.
Okay.
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn going to Raw.
Nice.
Baron Corbin coming back to SmackDown from NXT.
Oh, interesting. All right, I didn't know that one.
Ivar being drafted to Raw. The OC are staying on SmackDown. And Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark are staying on Raw.
There you go.
Nice.
So, a couple moves there after the show went off the air. Overall, I'd give SmackDown a B+.
Yeah, same.
I can't wait for Monday Night Raw to see as the WWE Draft continues this week on Monday Night Raw.
I hope they change it up somehow.
I hope we see Mick Foley. He should be coming out. Commissioner Foley, come on!
Let's see. And just as an FYI, there were some dark matches after SmackDown went off the air. Sheamus defeated Chad Gable in a dark match. And the Awesome Truth defeated Finn Balor and JD McDonough in a World Tag Team title match.
Yo,
dark match.
Poor Finn, bro.
Yeah. So that was Friday Night SmackDown, guys. That was all of the action from all of your wrestling this week. We'll be right back with some final thoughts. Stick around. A little bit more of Inside the 2020 coming up right after these short messages. Stay tuned.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
And welcome back. Final thoughts here for the week from the Inside the 20x20 crew. Guys, of course, you know, tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Titans on Twitch, Gambino era. Tell them all about it.
So it's your boy, Mike Gambino, right here, the host of Tuesday Night Titans. We have the 30-man gauntlet eliminator, which will crown our new TCR World Champion. And it's the first time it's ever been done. Pretty stoked because everyone's going to get a chance to wrestle. So come through, come check it out, tcrnetwork.co and on Twitch. And come talk smack, because that's what everyone does. They show up, talk some smack to one another, cut some promos, enjoy a nice little wrestling ambiance away from, the big leagues, as you could say. And then going forward on Fridays now, we have TCR Glitch, which is a quick YouTube video, 2-3 matches. We crowned our new Glitch champion on Friday last week, and every week that title will be defended, and it's giving everybody else a chance, all the up-and-comers, all the new TCR stars we have, an opportunity to get some screen time.
That's right, everybody. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Go to twitch.com, search up Gambino Era, or even better, go to tcrnetwork.co, and you can see the live stream right then and there.
Let's be real. If you just go to if you go to twitch.com and you go to WWE 2K24, you will see me on the top list because I'm always at the top 5.
There you have it. So make sure you go there. And tcrnetwork.co. Get your merch. We got Backlash coming up this Saturday. We're going to pop in and maybe do a quick predictions video on Friday night and post that up. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, you know where to find us. Inside the 20x20 on Spotify, Twitter,
Episode 3,
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Carrier Pigeon, USPS, UPS, FedEx.
Are we on the Book of Face?
We are not on the Book of Face, I don't think.
We are not on the Book of Face.
You can find us on the Book of Face eventually.
Yes,
at some point, you'll be able to find us in the Book of Face. But, I mean, other than that, you can find us on Ancient Hieroglyphics. You can find us on Papyrus. You can find us at the New York Times, the LA Times.
Coliseum! Not Nassau Coliseum, the Roman Coliseum.
All right, guys. Well,
No.
another amazing episode in the books. We'll see you guys next week.
3.
Check us out. All these cool videos will be on YouTube. We appreciate you guys. And until we yeet again.
Thank you for joining us. New episodes of Inside the 20 by 20 will be posted on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts every Monday morning. Inside the 20 by 20 is a GDP production and brought to you by the TCR Network. Go to tcrnetwork.co for more information. For business inquiries, please email inside the 20 by 20 at gmail.com.